Hello everyone, welcome to another video in the Exploring MindsDB series. In this video, we will be trying to learn more about the data insight feature available on the MindsDB Cloud Console. So let's get started. So we will be using a MindsDB Cloud account to complete this tutorial. So if you don't have an account yet, you can check out my video on how you can sign up. The link is in the description. So once you have logged into your account, you should land up in the dashboard, which looks something like this. So here, as you can see, this has three main parts. The top one is the query editor, the bottom part is the result viewer, and towards the right we have the learning hub resources. So in this video specifically, we want to explore this data insights, like what it does. So for an introduction, data insights enables data visualization by default. So when we load a table into MindsDB, so MindsDB implicitly, can visualize the data in it. So to do that, let us first create a database and import some data. For that, what I will do is I will click on this predict home rental prices tutorial, and I will copy this first query to create the database, and then I will paste it over here, and I will run this to create this example DB here. So it says the query successfully completed. So the next thing we want to do is display some data available in the demo table. So I'll copy over this second query and I will paste it here, and then I will run it again. So it returned us with the data. So now, as you can see, we have asked to display us 10 records. So now we have this data insights here. I will click on this one. So it is a sample analysis for 10 rows. So you will find a column wise visualization. Then it is for days on market column. And the first bar here is like, for 13 days on market. So this shows an overall aggregated value for each column. And then we have this location, which is, the categorical representation. And then as you can see, like in great location, the number of rooms available is 5, and in good location the number of rooms available is 3, and then in poor locations the number of available rooms is 2. Then for neighborhood also it is another categorical type, and then here also in this Beckley Hills we have 3 rooms available, and then in Westbury it's 2, then in downtown it's 2, south side it's 2, and then Thousand Oaks it's 1. So this is how the data is visualized, and you can see the graph. And then number of bathrooms, it's like it's a binary type, either it's 1 bathroom or 2 bathrooms. So the number of rooms with 1 bathroom on an average is 6, and 2 bathrooms is 4, and then the number of rooms. Okay, so this is how it is visualized. Then we have this rental price, which is of integer type, and then we have the square foot as well. So now what we want to do, we want to do a full data analysis. Okay, but to do that we have to run the query without any limit. So now we will remove this limit and we will run this query once again. So now you can see 504 records are returned. Now let us click on data insights once again, and here what we want to do is either we can maximize this clicking on this button, or we can click on this full data analysis. What we can do is we maximize this, and this is the whole data insight panel. So the last analysis that was run was on this date at this time, and here as you can see, for days on market there is a potential bias. So what is a potential bias is, when the data we have in a column is not properly, aligned or distributed. Okay. So what we mean by that is, for example, you have three categories: good and poor and better. Okay, so if you have three categories, then what if the data is evenly distributed? Say there are three rooms in good category, three rooms in poor category, and three rooms in better category. In that case, it is properly aligned or distributed, and we can say that it doesn't have a potential bias. But if you find something like there are 8 houses or 8 rooms available in better condition, but just 2 rooms in good and 0 rooms in poor, so in that case the data is not evenly distributed. So in that case we can say that there is a potential bias. Here is the definition as well. Like, the potential bias is flagged when data doesn't distribute normally or uniformly, like overrepresenting or underrepresenting some values. This may be normal, hence bias is only potential. And here, there is a potential bias for days on market, but for the categorical thing, we don't have any potential bias. And also for neighborhood, we don't have any. And then coming to this binary thing, we have a potential bias as it is flagged, because it is like for one bathroom we have 373 rooms, and for the other one we have just 131. So the data for one bathroom is highly populated and the data for two bathrooms is really less. So there is a potential bias flag over here. Okay, so another thing to mark here is that when you hover over the bars, then you see two values here. So the first value you see here is 1, which is this value that is mentioned at the X side. And then the other one is the number of rooms. Okay. And then you can see the number of rooms also. So there is no potential bias here. And the rental price, then square foot and all that stuff. We have another flag just like the potential bias. It is called the missing values flag. So if a particular column has some values missing in it, then we get that flag marked, and it helps to determine whether the column has good data or bad data. So bad data will be something when there are more missing values. We always try to have more and more correct and accurate values in the data set that we are using to train the model. So that is how the data insight helps us visualize and also get details of potential bias and missing values. So that's all for this video. I hope you had a great time watching this. So drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and do share it with your friends. And before you leave, drop a star on the MindsDB GitHub repository. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.